Hey guys, Bukkit29 here, and welcome to video number 4. Today we're going to be making a Message of the Day plugin. Basically, whenever a player joins the game, it will send them this message. So let's go ahead and create our new project, Motd, and then we need to go ahead and go to libraries and make sure Bukkit is imported. And you know what? 1 second. Okay. So now that we have Bukkit imported, we need to just go ahead and make our package, and we need to make our class. Okay, so today we're going to be learning about the very basics of listeners. Basically, a listener is like, it's an event. It listens for an event that happens, and when the event is triggered, the listener is called, and whatever code is inside of that listener happens. So let's just go ahead and do that. Now, what you can do is you can put your listeners in the same class as your regular plugin. So in this one, I'm actually going to put I'm going to put the listeners in the same class as the plugin. Now, if you don't need to, you can have 2 separate classes, and I'll touch on how to do that. So now we need to add this implement listener, and then make sure you implement listener. Now, what you're going to type is @event handler, and that is a tag, and what that does is it tells Bukkit that this event right here that this method right below it is an event. And Bukkit needs to look for that. So I'm going to call it onPlayerJoin. It doesn't matter what the name is, and it will never matter. But what you need is a player join event, and you can call it, I just call it E, you can call it event, whatever you want. Now go ahead and import the event handler tag and player join event. So now, what happens is anytime a player joins, all the code inside of here is called. So this E, this player join event, there's some methods, there's some objects in there that can be helpful. For example, player, I'm just going to call him P equals E.getPlayer. So now what we just did is now we have the player that joined. So now we can do all kinds of different things with this. So for this, we're going to do p.sendMessage. We're going to put it in green and say, welcome to the server. Alright, and that's pretty much it. That's all that you're going to do in this one. Now, there's tons of different events, and throughout the tutorials, you will learn more of the events. So right now, this just says welcome to my server. Now, if you want to customize this, you have access to the player, so you can do whatever you want. You can change their health, you can change their food level, you can send them different messages, you can do a whole lot of different things. But this one I'm going to keep nice and simple. And in the next tutorial, I'm going to teach you configuration files, so you can have people that use your plugin will have the ability to set the message that you want. We're almost done, but now we need to tell Bukkit to tell Bukkit that here are some listeners, so look for them. So what we're going to do is onEnable bukkit.getServer.getPluginManager.registerEvents, and it's going to be this and this. Now what that means is it needs a listener and a plugin. So we have this class implement listener, which means that this class is a listener class. So I said this because this represents represents this class. So this is a listener, so I said this class is a listener, so I said this. Now if you were to have a second class, then you would get an instance of that class. So like you would say, new event listener, whatever. And then then you would have that class implement listener, and then that would work too. The second is a plugin, and you can also say this because this is a Java plugin, and Java plugin extends plugin, which basically means that a Java plugin is a plugin. So this and this, because this is Motd is both a listener and a plugin. So that is all we need for the code. Let's go ahead and create our plugin.yml. You can ignore that. Okay, and name Motd version 1.0 main me.pose29.motd.motd. Description: a simple message of the day. Now that's all we need. We're not registering any commands. So we don't need anything more than that. I believe, let me just check. I believe that that's all that we need. Yes. So now it's time to test our Motd plugin. So let's go ahead and export it and make sure we give it a new name, Motd. Alright, now let's head over to our desktop and testing server, and let's go ahead and start it up. Alright, so it looks like the plugin doesn't have any initial problems. Everything started up fine. Let's go ahead and log in to our server, and let's see what happens. Oops. So there we go. I just logged in, and it says welcome to the server in green text. So that is your basic message of the day plugin. You set the message yourself, and then when people join, they see that message. Next time, we're going to learn configuration files, the basics, so that you can allow people to set their own message. So I will see you next time, and that's all for now.